Shall we just dive right in?
Yes. Okay. Yep. Seeing it, hearing it, all as well.
Radness.
I'm sure I'd go so far as to say all is well.
It's Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. How could it be better?
Also, since my setup is still setting up, I hope you're in some fashion with this.
You maybe should have brought that up when Beat was asking if he should just dive in.
If I can just what?
Gogglebob's setup is not recording. You need to be recording.
Yeah, no, I've been doing that.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
wanted to
been
be
doing
sure.
it,
I've been sending him the videos, it's fine.
Yeah, no, it's just Gogglebob brought this up, and I said he should probably have brought that up before you asked if there was anything to stop you from recording, just to make sure that it was no.
Oh yeah, no, I was aware of that. We have discussed it with our words.
Yeah, at the immediate moment, I am using what would normally be used for recording to transfer a 6 terabyte hard drive into a 12 terabyte.
Hey, what's up?
Why do you need that many terabytes?
Yeah,
Just-
Gogglebob. You're
Because I have every single episode of Babylon 5 in absolute high definition.
I want to break your SSD.
Here we go.
do I.
I don't think that is actually a true statement, but it's the kind of thing I'm working with in my own brain.
Pretty sure it
See you
is.
later, fam.
All right, so like my goal for the prior two streams has been finish 2 like in-game missions, which are basically like everything in a location, which worked out super well because the first 2 aren't super long, and while the third one's pretty long, the fourth one is like a weird outlier mission that doesn't actually like have anything to do with like the usual stuff. The last 2 missions are crazy long, and I'm currently not even there because I was gonna try and recruit one last crew member. So yeah, we might only finish one tonight, or we might beat the entire game. It is unclear at this moment.
I mean, I said this when this question was posed earlier, but we did 14 weeks of Superman. If we have to go as far as 4 weeks of Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, I think we can deal with it.
Gogglebob will riot.
Gogglebob will be like, well, Beat, since you spent so much time on Bomb Rush, I feel like this merits a full playthrough of every Secret of Mana game. Or just every Mana game. Like, I don't know, like, what the, I don't know what's the name of that
Disparaging the
series
food is a bootable offense.
Is it just
It
Mana?
is. It's just mana.
Okay.
Second Densetsu.
Beat's never gonna say that.
No. Never.
And for the
But
record, my proposal for the Mana marathon would be just one night for each game.
I think we could have fun, like, if we fucked around with that code for, like, 1,000,000 hours.
that sounds extremely unfun.
I mean, there's 3 of us. 4, actually. We could force Chromes to make their terrible debut.
Actually, Croaks, have you ever played Secret of Mana?
I don't. That I don't have a laptop.
Well,
Like,
I'm just curious because long,
Stay the course.
like,
The game's not very good.
Yeah.
well, that's the thing is I've often had, like random ideas for my website and articles on different games. Like some articles have been just kicking around in my head like longer than the site has existed, and definitely
Longer
one of
than Bron's
those.
been alive.
Yeah, pretty much. And definitely one of those was to play Secret of Mana side by side with someone who had never played Secret of Mana, and just basically for the statement of, I am no longer anything but biased on this game. I need a fresh opinion on whether or not this game is good or not.
Well,
I
I've
feel
never
like
played
it's
Secret
some
of
sort
Mana
of
either,
ageist hate
so
crime to make a Zoomer
I could
play.
probably like fill that role.
No, I feel like it's specifically some sort of ageist hate crime to make a Zoomer play Secret of Mana, a game that, outside of its extremely specific context of like 1994, was never actually very good.
It's like now I'm curious. Like I could ask my brother for his laptop.
It's very
Your
pretty.
address,
It's
I'm
got
sending you
great
a Secret
music.
of Mana rig.
It's very pretty. It's got great music. It is just miserably unfun to play.
I remember during Talking Time's great video game box art Thunderdome, I pissed off a bunch of people super bad by saying that the
Because you were complaining about the big tree.
no, it wasn't even that. That would be normal. Like, I pissed them off super bad in much more boring ways. Okay, where the fuck? Hold up. Gotta figure out where she is.
Beach sends millennial nerds into conniptions by saying he likes the Flintstones, Burger Time, and Bedrock box art better.
I'm gonna be eating dinner soon, but let me turn low latency off and on again so I can make sure I'm yeah, okay. You know, the weird thing is the way texts are set up in this game, it feels like everyone's just sharing Red's phone or something.
I mean, I'm currently not Red with texts from myself on here.
Yeah. And I know guys like one of the Brockhampton guys, but he's always given me Pharrell Williams vibes.
Nice. Yeah, okay. I have no idea where my potential crew member is here. This is annoying.
She's not in, I think, you mean Shine?
Yeah, Shine.
She's, have you found her yet?
I don't think so.
Then she is not going to be in here.
She showed up.
No.
Wait, no, I remember now, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This
No, I'm gonna say I quote-unquote 100%ed this, but I didn't 100% like achievements. I got everything you can unlock, but I'm not gonna spoil you on stuff unless you're like...
I'm sure the beat's already done.
I've beaten this game 4 times now. Yeah, no, I am just drawing a total blank as to where she is. How much of her missions did I already do? Ah, well, whatever.
If you don't have any text from her, the answer is 0. I can tell you where she is if you want.
Please do.
In the main like area with the fish.
Seriously, huh? Oh, right, yeah. Okay, alright.
Alright, let's get it.
Took me a moment.
I'm just staying quiet so at the exact right moment I can say Shine yet.
I have the stream muted. Is I Wanna Know playing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Are you gonna install mods once you beat it, or?
Probably not. I generally am not much of a mod guy. Ah, there she is.
I installed the speedometer before I beat the game. That's the only one I really like. Yeah, she's cool. But I don't like how she starts out with like BMX. I think you gotta be a little closer to her for this to work. Yeah.
There we go.
She's so awesome.
There we go.
I like how her picture is like shining. It's like a picture of a sun. The sunglasses.
I remember you from Mario 3. You tried to kill me.
That was an NES Championship Edition I picked up last week. It was one of the challenges included that.
Oh, so that's what your next game will be.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
how do you go in the last 3 weeks in New Jersey? Just fun trying to kill everyone? I'm hilarious.
Not a big fan of Gorgon.
I just came in from mowing the lawn, so I'm a little bitter.
I love mowing the lawn. Mowing the lawn is one of my favorite things to do.
Time to talk about Mama, can I mow the lawn again?
Please don't. I don't feel like we as a society deserve to suffer like
It
that.
has an Offspring song in the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't make it
Always
good.
come back to
I
Mama,
say
can
this
mow
as
the
the Offspring guy.
I know, that's why I brought it up.
Well, are you trying to hurt me? Are you trying to make me sad?
I mean,
Yes.
after you guys sent it last week, I just sat there and stared at it. I'm like, isn't this just like Pressure Washer Simulator? And
It's
Possibly.
much stranger and for the Gizmondo.
I mean, yes, it predates it significantly, but is that not the the same thing at this stage.
I mean, there is straight up
Gizmondo.
lawnmower simulator out there.
What are we talking about again?
Mama, can I mow the lawn for the Gizmondo?
Oh right, that game, yeah. Doom Lawnmower better.
No, Mama, can I mow the lawn is much funnier because it was involved in money laundering.
Oh yeah.
I mean, who says Pressure Washer Simulator isn't?
I mean, it is a Square Enix game. Something bad's happening there.
Power Washer Simulator, whatever the hell it's called. I will say, I grew out of The Sims as soon as reality started mirroring the game.
I think now, Shine is in that construction area. I think.
You
Unless
said
said
the theater
otherwise.
under the stairs. I know where that is.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. Yeah, so did you already... Oh, yeah, you're on Chapter 4 because you have Mesh, and you can't really start getting people until you get Vinyl.
I mean, like, technically I'm supposed to be going and doing Devil Theory right now, but...
Yeah,
I'll do
no,
this
I
first.
did the same thing too.
Yeah, speaking of The Sims, that was definitely my #1 college game when we were all living in...
Oh no, you're
Dorms
missing all the
and have,
missing all the
like,
graffiti. But oh right, cause the cops, right? Yeah, and you just want to get the stuff first.
I mean, I don't care about that, honestly. I'm just playing.
Well, you can't get
I
the
don't
old
have a
head if you don't.
completionist mindset with this game. I'm just...
Okay.
This is a chill-out game for me.
Okay. Yeah, no, I definitely get that because it is a very chill out game. It is very easy, but in a good way.
Nope, not that one. Was it this one? No, not that one either.
We could touch a curtain.
That is a good deal.
Yeah.
Still on the top of the hall.
Anyways, yeah, you could mod Offspring songs into this game.
Oh, you can do all sorts of things. If I were to mod, it's the first thing I would do is put the Carl from Aqua Teen as a gang member in.
That's a thing, right?
Yes,
That's
it
a
is.
mod, right?
I didn't
Good.
make that up.
Good. I just want to double check, yeah.
His death quote when he dies is, "It don't matter. None of this matters."
I like the there was a interview, I'll say cool interview, it's more of a live stream that Trice had with or not Trice, Yapiko, the artist and also voice of Trice and DJ Cyber had with Life Arrow, where he's like, Trice is so funny because that's my normal voice, so when I see people playing, it's just like I'm in the call with them. Alright, I'm gonna eat dinner now.
Enjoy. Oh, you mentioned we could stream NES Championship Edition. No.
Wow. Didn't realize
Honestly,
that.
I-
Speaking to a coward.
As somebody who enjoyed the remix games, I find it more limited. I guess that's the end of the sentence.
Your sentence was also more limited.
Yes,
Wasn't much
but
of a
it
sentence.
feels like, honestly, like remix should have come after Championship Edition, but like it feels like a weird kind of step backwards in that regard.
This is the competition cartridge.
Gotta wait for the one that I can do the Star Fox competition that I want a t-shirt at.
Fucking dork.
I will beat you, Goggle Bob, in the Star Fox Command competition.
I was
Well-
expecting that to say with a lead pipe.
Oh, that too, yes. Both of those
I'll
things.
show him what a pipe is.
Both of those things are true independently of each other. But the Star Fox Command competition would have to be a lore competition.
I am picturing the lore competition.
It's
Just
just
saying,
Pubqueria, but with Star
There's
Fox
only
Command and
one
things.
game I'm aware of that's about furry depression.
You haven't played enough indie games.
I mean,
Yeah, no, not wrong.
Hey, what's goody?
Pretty sure that's what Night in the Woods is about, anyway.
didn't one of the devs on that one get got super bad by Me Too?
You got super bad by Me Too, and then
Oh, and then
Yeah,
right,
committed
yes, of course. I had forgotten how that story ended.
yeah.
Not happily.
I mean, that story didn't start happily. Either.
Yeah, no, but like, you know, if it could have gotten worse, it did.
Yeah, it found the exact way to get worse.
Mentions
Still, like-
on Twitter or Blue Sky rather about how like I feel like we could have called at least a little bit of the entire. Basically, I just quoted what I said in the Discord ages ago about how like I feel like there's overlap between guys who guys who feel their indie game must be of the highest quality and like be in such a way that requires like an actual team of people working around the clock.
Yeah.
And guys who want to run a compound in Nevada.
Everybody drink out of the kiddie pool.
What?
Don't think about it. Don't think about
Don't
it.
think about it.
Oh no, we've talked about it before.
Wait,
Did
were
we?
you saying
And?
that there's overlap
Did we
between
really?
those two? That they're completely different circles.
I'm saying that
I am referring to the, I believe it was something awful compound where there was drinking from a kiddie pool in Hawaii or whatever.
Not what I was asking.
This was about the indie game people.
Yes, I was questioning Beat's comment.
I was
I think
saying
we
that
can-
like there were a number of relatively high profile Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with you cases of indie game devs who are like, the sort of people who are like, why yes, I am in fact God's gift to feminism, prior to the discovery. The Gone Home guy being the one most prominent in my mind, though Night at the Woods guy apparently was not doing much better. And like I'm saying, like, well, okay, like when it comes to guys like that very specific sort of guy, there are indie games that are, could feasibly be made by two people. An insane amount of work still goes into them, as goes into every game. But like Hotline Miami is largely a two-man project. Denison is basically just two guys. And then there are games like Gone Home, which is like, this elaborate 3D puzzler that requires a team of 3D artists and like a bespoke physics engine and all sorts of like stuff that one person all by themselves could not feasibly do. My, not exactly hot take, but my take was if you're making one of those games, that does not necessarily mean that, like, you're a terrible person or anything. But that requires you to believe that whatever, like, story you're telling is, in fact, very unique and personal and must be told in the highest quality imaginable. And there is I think, overlap between guys who think of their work that highly and guys who are basically cult leaders.
If anyone has moderation access, it's time to obliterate someone.
Oh, Gogglebob, are you able to do that shit?
I do not, actually. Back in the day, I gave you and I think Genie moderation access on my channel. But...
Oh, fuck. Did I ever give anybody moderation access?
I do not believe so.
Am I really gonna go and do it? I mean, I'm not even capturing the chat.
Correct.
Kill the chat. Kill the pass.
Oh.
Yes, indeed.
Just that reaction.
It's like you were talking about the chat. I was like, oh. Okay.
So, Goggle Bob, does this mean that your next game will be Jet Grind Radio and Jet Set Radio Future?
I think it would almost be like sacrilegious for us to have literally beat on the call and I'm playing Jet Grind Radio.
I mean, I could do Jet Gun Radio. I probably want to take like a few weeks off first, though. But it's not a very long game. It's not a very difficult game. I'll probably knock that out in like, 2-3 weeks.
The actual sacrilege would be that once we got to Future, Goggle Bob's shitty dying Xbox would obliterate the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, that would be a fucking crime. Like,
Oh, you watched the Superman stream then?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, we did. And we were
How
appalled.
did you sit through that?
Yeah,
I mean,
like-
I don't listen to the music while I'm playing.
I feel like you could have at least heard that it was horribly stuttering constantly.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
there
no,
had to
I
be
wasn't-
And
some indication.
everyone had fucking Alvin and the Chipmunks voices.
It was
Guess I shouldn't
No, 'cause-
expect basic observational concepts from Goggles.
I mean,
Again,
that seems like a
listen-
safe
I
bet 9
technically
times out
have-
of 10.
I have the sound on at like literally one volume, and you guys are chattering in my ear. So
That
No,
that
I was
sound
not
would
listening.
like cut through everything to me. Like the stuttering
Yeah,
would make
like
me want to
that
die.
was that was impressively horrifying. What we heard.
Probably are. Yeah, and I think I mean I wasn't listening to it too far, but I think it was good once we got to other games. So it might have just
No, it wasn't.
No? Okay then.
It was
No,
not.
it's broken on all of them.
I didn't even notice.
Hey, Arise.
Got so used to just listening to voices, I wasn't.
You
paying
sat
attention.
through the fucking audio equivalent of a strobe light for 3 hours.
It was very, very depressing.
Going to threaten this guy in chat.
Oh, are they still at it?
Robot. No, it's not saying anything. It's a robot designed to tell you I can sell you followers.
I don't
I
want
know, but it would be
followers.
really funny.
I remember one time
You're
somebody.
just gonna have to start sending Drill Asimo like threats.
I remember one time, like, some bots DM'd me on Twitter saying that they could sell me 10,000 Twitch followers. And I immediately, like, made a thread about how, well, in the lightest terms possible, I was going to break into their server and beat them to death with a crowbar.
Internal dialogue of
Yeah.
tech journalists watching Asimo dance around.
And I
Wow.
tagged like the company he was hyping like 14 times in a row, and they blocked me
Love to
so
break into
hard. Their app no longer linked to them. It was
Let's see it
it
withstand the
was
burden of
genuinely
the crowd.
impressive. I was not aware they had like that sort of tool for somebody getting owned that badly.
Oh, speaking of getting owned that badly, I have a genuine question for the chat based on current events. I saw this just before when I was posting that we were ready to go. 1 second. Okay, Elon Musk
How you doing?
backs down from $45 million a month
Oh,
pledge to
yeah.
Trump, says he doesn't subscribe to Cult of Personality.
I mean,
I mean,
it
he probably
really was
doesn't,
the inevitable.
but only because the only culty personality
It's
believes
not
in is his
his.
own.
But the broader point is, it really, this was an obvious lie because Elon Musk said it.
Yeah, like
I was about to say,
everything-
this is the question. Is this a complete lie?
Yes, obviously. He very obviously subscribes to cults of personality. He fucking endorsed Trump. like I don't know like how you could even continue the conversation after that point is being made.
And also, this is somebody who's like prided himself on how often he can get people to claim that he's like a centrist or something like that. Even though absolutely everything I do has a clear political agenda, clearly I'm not somebody who subscribes to one political belief or another.
Oh yeah, no, that's just crazy. I have no idea why anyone would say that. Ooh.
So I don't think I should treat my children like actual human beings.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Gogs. When you started saying current events, there is a list of things you could have said immediately following that.
I mean, it has been a busy week.
It's been quite the week, yeah.
There are so many current events.
I want
Joe
to
Biden.
one of the
It's
recent
finally
posts I've
over.
seen. I want to live in less interesting times.
As do we all.
Don't we all?
Oh yeah. Come on.
I mean, I will say, if nothing
Good
else,
job
I'm
on
very
the
glad
bot threatening front.
that we're not having the exact same election we had last time.
We absolutely
Just a
are.
little variety makes me happy.
Oh, but we're not having. Well, that's not a statement I would have taken as gospel truth. But all right, sure, you do you.
Illusion of choice?
Let's not get more miserable than we already are.
Yeah, fair enough.
What's happening? What are you
Oh.
doing?
Election shit, of course, that's why
We
we're...
mentioned Joe Biden, and then we all lost 15 happiness points. And we only had 20 to begin with.
I was in a deficit, and you do this shit.
It really is Jover.
It's Jova. I liked that one tweet I did where it was like, about Premier Biden's jelking techniques.
Oh, jeez
Jelking?
Christ. Don't look it up. Do not look it up.
Do not corrupt the young mind. It has plenty of time for that.
Premier
Like, don't
Biden.
corrupt the old minds either. If you don't know what jelking is, you're free.
It's free. Don't burden yourself with this knowledge.
The burden of sin is too great.
Dude, I've heard you guys talk before. I know better than to look something up unless you explicitly
Okay,
send me a
good.
link.
Yeah, even if we say you need to look this up, you should use your critical thinking
Oh.
Use
skills.
like your better judgment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh
You
no.
look it up.
Bro,
You didn't have to do this to yourself.
oh,
I didn't do it.
I was curious.
Well, that was your first mistake.
No offense, but there's the problem.
Oh yeah. Ah. Oh yeah. No, it's good though. It's good.
Is it? No, it's not.
It's wonderful.
I feel like we don't have to lie. You know, we're not required to.
Who's lying? Who's lying? Do you think I just
Right now.
do you think I just fell out of a coconut tree?
damn it! Now we're back to the original topic.
Time's a flat circle, motherfucker. Alright, I could go up to this dude, this samurai demon fella, or
What's up?
fuck that, let's hang out with the hot chick in the enormous overcoat and swimsuit.
Ah, yes.
How you
I
doing?
do like that you seem to have found a Splatoon level here.
I was on a phone call today with somebody and I was checking something out that he'd told me about. He's like, says, they make silent mechanical keyboards. I thought, oh man, fucking owned.
No human being who is purchasing a mechanical keyboard wants it to not make clacky noises.
That's it. Yeah, so someone put it really well. It's like there were two kinds of work from home. One was like a young lady sitting on a couch typing on a laptop, and then like a dude with 4 monitors and the loudest mechanical keyboard allowed by law. Like,
Technically can cause hearing loss from prolonged exposure.
yeah, exactly. The sonic waves are actually causing traumatic, like cumulative traumatic encephalopathy.
Jesus.
If I can.
That's very specific.
CTE is a way of life.
Gotta have the will. You gotta have the repeated subconcussive impacts.
Don't want to wrestle Goldberg.
I've never
Oh,
actually
God.
ran out of photos on this thing before.
Yeah.
What's the...
Hold up. This is what happens when everybody shares a phone. They think we made them pictures.
Trying to remember like what it was fully that retired Bret Hart. It was like getting hit in the head with a trash can, and like
Well, I thought. Oh yeah, but it was Goldberg. I mean, Goldberg's super kick started. The ball
Goldberg
rolling.
super kick, trash can to the head, and a few other things that were just like your brain just had like 7 concurrent concussions.
Yeah. It's like Brett. I'm sorry. We are trying our best to kill you,
Earth.
but
You're not even allowed to be on
I
airplanes
just
anymore.
hit a game-breaking bug. I have never seen
Oh,
this
dear.
before. Oh my
whoa,
goodness.
what's going on?
There is. Oh, okay. We're good. It didn't give me an option for yes or no on the menu, so it was just stuck there. It was stuck.
All right.
But we are out of the woods. Turns out, like, you can pick things by just moving the mouse.
There
How
we
that
go.
works.
That's cheating.
We love it, folks. We love game-breaking bugs.
I've hit like a weird number of those on my streams, like streams that I actually cared like enough about to do properly. Like in Sonic Mania, I soft-locked at the final boss,
Oh dear.
which is kind of impressive. I didn't even know you could do that because I had not encountered a single other glitch in that game, despite the
Dude.
Sonic series reputation. And
May I? Let's go
Hotline
ahead.
Miami, once an enemy just like marched through a desk and like was unable to be killed. So
Whoa.
yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
You know, in any other game, in any other game, my first thought would be bug, but in Hotline Miami, I'd think, there is some Zen revelation in his actions. Man, so I never remember my dreams, but last night I had a dream that I was being like hunted by a giant bat monster that cornered me at a Muslim funeral to explain that when my son was born, I had like idly offered to trade my life for him to have good health, and that this bat was a supernatural being that had taken me up on my offer and was now coming to collect.
Wow.
They do
Okay
that from
then.
time to time.
It was a really intense dream.
Yeah, sounds it.
I had a dog, but no, he had taken my dog from me. My dog was now my enemy.
Oh, that's
dope.
demons tend to
Yeah.
do that.
Complicated.
It's there's entire lore right there, I think. But yeah, just a rough whole dreaming situation.
Yeah, I know how those go.
Yeah, mostly I prefer not to dream.
Same.
Dreaming.
A rough dreaming situation.
Yeah, no, it's like oh no, dreams are great. No, dreams are uninterrupted. My brain talking to me. Like I'm an
Absolutely
alcoholic.
nothing good comes from there.
Exactly, I'm an alcoholic. You don't know how much time and money I invested in my life into not having to listen to what my brain says.
That
Do
is.
you realize how many bad ideas that brain has had?
That is,
Oh,
that is
man.
perhaps one of the most harrowing descriptions of alcoholism I've heard as of yet.
Deeply
Powerful.
reflective.
Incredibly powerful, though. Like, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I get it.
it's right there. It's like, hey, do you wanna hang out with me? Like, no, I'm going to kill myself with liquor now.
Listen, I decided that I was going to kill myself, but in the slowest and most drawn-out way possible.
Oh my god, what? Well, how's that for a glitch?
Oh!
That was
You went
Watching
somewhere.
Gogglebop
I'm not even
again.
mad. I'm not even upset.
This is a beat
Slow
No, what happened?
stream, you must live with that.
I flew. I got
Beat just sort of went...
I got the secret
like-
ultra boost.
Yeah, Beat just sort of rocketed halfway across the screen.
I'm sure speedrunners already have that one extremely well documented as like the best way to clear this level very quickly. But you gotta get the angle just right.
I mean, that's probably like... Being able to activate launches like that would probably make the speedrun much faster.
I have seen the speedrun, and it is nuts, as speedruns tend to be. You actually break out of the first area while you're still playing the asshole character that exists, so that you, the player, can eventually hate him. Which means that like he never gets his
Spoilers.
head cut off or anything.
He makes out just fine.
Yeah, no, it turns out he's A-okay until like a cutscene sets you to the character you're supposed to be. So he like stays alarmingly long. He sticks around.
He's remarkably
that was
capitated
big.
for a long period.
Yeah.
That has big, like, you saved Aerith energy.
Man. So they cut his head off? That's wild.
Oh yeah, no, that's
That's
the,
the
It
opening
happens
of the
from the
game.
very
That is
beginning of the game.
that is the literal start of the game.
Damn.
Like the gang founder and some dude are in prison, and like they're escaping, and like this shadowy figure off in the distance looks at like the dude that you've been playing as so far, and is like, nah, fuck that guy, and just fucking
Cuts his
throws
head off
a
with a
record
vinyl.
at his head hard enough to cut it off. This game is awesome. I love this fucking game.
More like Bomb Rush Cyberfuck.
Oh my
Ew.
gosh, Cyberfuck.
A truly
Oh
beautiful
dear.
game.
All right, here we go. I'm watching a Super Metroid world record attempt and pretending that this is actually Beat's stream.
That's fine.
Pete streamed Super Metroid like 13 years ago.
It was the first game I ever streamed, actually. It definitely
Aw.
was not a world record attempt, though.
It was
a
shockingly
Beat
also the
record attempt.
first time he had ever played a video game.
Yes, actually. Well,
I think
to
Smiler
hear,
thought that
to
by
hear
the end
Smiler say it, yeah.
And the first time you ever had to go left or right.
Yeah.
of it. Yeah, like that
there
was the point where that revelation came to Smiler, and Smiler wanted to die.
What was this?
Oh, Beat doesn't have internalized left and right. That's it.
Oh,
It's actually quite common.
oh.
Yeah, no, it's not that uncommon. It's just one of those things. It's like it causes problems when you're trying to be led through a 2D video game.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Like, if I think about it for a second, I can tell you which way is left and which way is right. But I
Yeah,
have
you
to
just
think
don't have
about
that
it for a
unconscious
second.
recall.
And it's very easy for me to get them mixed up.
Whoa.
Like 9 times out of
Sometimes I
10,
have to do that
I just
hand
like have to
thing.
think, okay,
Yeah.
which hand makes the L and which hand makes the backwards L. Annoying as fuck, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, my internal recall of left and right has improved over the years, but it's not amazing.
I think the thing
Mine
that solved it forever for me was boxing.
That would do
Because
it.
Think fast.
Yep.
We're
like
here
I
to catch. That's all.
now I just don't know which arm is my left and which is my right on just it's like a cellular level.
Which one do I punch?
Because, like, a short Italian guy was, like, shouting at you, like, use your left!
I'm just like, I don't have internalized left and right.
Oh,
Oh,
your right, rock!
Jonathan,
Oops.
save some of that for the sequel.
Jonathan, now you have to play the PS2 Rocky game.
Yeah, yes. No, the
And
PS2
its
Rocky.
sequel, Legends.
It's so awful. I love it. I love how many different versions of
What is
Apollo
Gravity?
Creed you unlock
Gravity?
in that game.
Gravity doesn't fucking count.
There's a lot of Creeds.
So many
None
Creeds.
none of them had done us because it was not yet time. That was back when there were 5 Rocky movies. And it seemed like that would be all there ever were.
Then they made a sixth.
Like,
Sure.
it's when there were 5 Rocky movies, and yet it felt like millions of them. A world ages passing while you were watching Rocky 5.
I do feel like Stallone movies
You don't.
unfairly like multiply when nobody's watching. I'm pretty sure there's like
don't-
30 Rambo movies.
There are
Oh, yeah,
more
every
Rambo
time-
movies
every-
than you would think, and several of them are shockingly recent. Like,
And mind-meltingly racist.
enough of them to like make you go, wait a second, that can't be right.
There we go. We got this.
Like you look
Tommy
away for
Morrison
5
is
seconds.
Tommy the Machine Gun.
Oh, no. Oh, it's so bad.
Suffer like G did.
Fuck.
All right.
Oh,
all right, that's enough
wholly
goofing off.
unprepared
Let's,
for this.
Fucking talk to this nerd.
I'll have you all know that Beat is on track. He's on world record pace right now.
Oh damn, am I? That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Are you watching this so you can better guide your child in Super Metroiding?
We're at we are at Mother Brain now, and Mother Brain is fucking hard.
Phase 1 or Phase 2?
Both.
Okay.
I win. Okay.
Wow, this guy is really good at wall jumping. By this guy, I mean Beat.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
'cause I am definitely playing Super Metroid right now
At this
at like
very
a
moment.
professional level.
Wow,
What
wow.
are the big opinions on important Rocky character Thunderlips?
Oh, no, Thunderlips is incredibly 7 feet tall, 400
The
pounds.
ultimate male.
The ultimate male.
The ultimate object of desire. Imagine trying to, like, build fucking that reputation into fucking Hulk Hogan.
The ultimate
man.
object of desire.
Okay,
It's
so
like we have obliterated the value form, and in the guise of Hulk Hogan.
God, he's already, like, super balding in this film.
he was on every steroid. I need to
Yeah,
make
that's-
this clear.
Which is why it's such an unusual balding pattern.
Yeah.
It is such an unusual balding pattern. KS on Twitter once posted a picture of Hulk Hogan's hairline when his do-rag slipped, and it showed that his front hairline was like a millimeter away from the nape of his neck.
That's a lordy.
What?
Fucked up.
What?
I don't
Steroids do weird things to you.
Yeah,
weird things to a lot of parts of your body.
like.
And-
I'm not gonna say don't
I'm
do
actually
drugs, kids,
struggling
because
to
drugs are
visualize
actually
that.
cool. But man, don't fucking do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs to be Hulk Hogan.
drugs
that
Yeah,
seems like a-
absolutely not.
Yeah, just don't be Hulk Hogan.
It was just unimaginable to me that man could be that bald. Like, that is somehow even balder than being just spear bald, you know?
Because I don't ever
You need that last bit of hair to draw attention to how much you don't have.
Precisely.
But also, I don't want to know.
No, you don't. You
I
don't.
really don't. There are things that's like, okay, people say knowledge is power. That's not true. Knowledge is often a curse.
Yeah, that's it.
Like when I found out with joking.
Yes,
God
exactly.
damn it! We were free.
Maybe you were. I wasn't. I once. AV, do you remember the time, this is years ago, where you and I just started rewriting songs for the benefit of Maggie, I believe,
Yeah.
about joking?
Yep.
I think you went straight for Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror, whereas I went for One by Metallica.
Oh, this is flawless recall. Yes, I actually went with the Man in the Mirror. I'm hoping that he will gain some length. Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, now we can't not explain what it means.
No!
No, you definitely can not explain it.
we have dedicated listeners who right now are narrowly resisting, and they're just... No.
Fanboy Master is slowly revealing that he isn't like not even misanthropic, but he is against like the very idea of sapience in the universe, like straight up Sephiroth shit.
Then I started at like negative joy, and this is only making it worse.
You started at negative joy.
Oh, it's incredible,
So
folks.
it's always great when you can hear by Goggle Bob's reaction what is going to get highlighted in a bullet point.
Yeah, I might be handing it over to Pete for this one. I mean, it's his stream.
I mean, honestly,
I
am
never
already
read the
make your
stream
own
bullet
bullet
points.
points.
I really should. I should read the bullet points.
That's the easiest way to take in what was worth hearing on the stream.
I mean, honestly,
There we
for
go.
like this, for this one, like I have a whole fucking philosophical statement planned out.
I'm sure you'll do a philosophical
nature
treatise,
of
but just saying
vibes-based
Goggle Bob will
video
do
game.
stream. I'm sure
Even
that Goggle
worse.
Bob will also do stream bullet points.
Even worse streams. I love it.
That's what we
Just keep
that's
getting worse.
that's the dumbass name we decided to use.
I was about to say it. We spent like
Somehow
a
the other
solid 2
one-
weeks going through suggestions on that.
I thought that it
Somehow
was
the
like
other ones
I
were
disagree.
always
I thought
even
it was
worse.
like an hour, and then like
Maybe it just felt like a while.
I was like I think I like gave like four suggestions, all of which like centered around penises in one way or another. And
Incredible.
Fanboy just said something like, "God, how does each one even worse?" And we were like, "Yeah, okay, that one's free."
Yeah, I do believe that it was Fanboy who got like that statement in.
Yeah,
That was
no,
that.
I remember being the one that was just saying, how are these getting even worse?
And it's like, there we go.
The only thing that reasonably describes us at this stage.
Fanboy's absolute dissatisfaction with reality at that point.
You didn't need to edit that.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's made it pretty clear tonight.
Oh man. Oh yeah. So Beat here is 2.5 seconds ahead of the world record.
Oh damn!
It's really
Man, that is
Wow.
He's really cooking.
exciting. I'm really doing good today.
you're going strong.
Wouldn't have guessed.
Your chat is also full of people talking about optometry for some goddamn reason.
Very unusual, but I've long
Stream chats
I've
like
long
that.
grown like used to just filtering out stream chat, so can't even say I'm surprised.
Man,
Everybody in the
Fantoon.
chat, if you are still in line, keep posting.
Fantoon does suck ass. I know where you were going with that.
Yeah, Fantoon is just Fantoon.
I hate
No,
Fantoon.
Fantoon and Dragon are two absolutely underwhelming bosses.
Dragon, you at least can do like the thrilling quick kill on. Fantoon is just miserable.
Yeah. I don't even know how to do the non-quick kill on Dragon.
I mean,
It's
I
slow
will
and
state-
horrible.
Dragon is maybe one of my most favorite boss fights in like the entire 16-bit era.
Mm-hmm.
Entirely because of the quote-unquote secret way to do it, because that is absolutely like every time like a boss character would appear in like an animated or comic book adaptation of a video game, like they obviously in the adaptation would just have hit it with 100 missiles or whatever. There'd be like Link would be fighting Dodongo and there'd be some cool way he'd jump around and throw like a bomb in his mouth or whatever.
Dodongo dislikes smoke.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
just Link would take up smoking, and then like that would just harass Dodongo into leaving. I don't know, but
No, I
like
feel you.
fighting Dragon with the quote unquote secret way is like absolutely what the comic book would come up with as the way to beat the alien fish monster in a room where things are sparking.
Yeah.
And I just love that you can actually do that as opposed to it just being some weird side thing that somebody came up with
fan
in the manga.
fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it's a good point. Like, I mean, that is a good point, actually. Maybe I'm being too hard on
Like
Portrait.
that fully puts Dragon like a cut above Fantoon,
Yeah.
who has no such thing and mostly just floats in a figure eight and occasionally whacked into you.
Yeah.
And then he drops the little fireballs. No, it's such a boring fight.
And also the Fantoon fight is the one where you are basically distinctly punished if you decide to use a super missile. Like
Yeah,
this will do additional damage, but then he'll go into an invincible pattern for a little bit, and you have to wait for him to be vulnerable again.
Like Fantoon is fully a like completely replacement level 16-bit boss fight.
Yeah.
That's it. I think if I'm thinking because I do not protest against calling Super Metroid like the best video game ever made to that point.
Sure.
Yeah, I no,
I wouldn't, but I understand it.
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna. Like I said, I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain about someone saying that.
Yeah.
And big reason for that is that like a lot of especially 16-bit design was just wretched. You know, so it's and that's not a spot on Super Metroid. Metroid's a damn fun game. I've been playing it for 3 months at this point.
Feeding your child's hyperfixation.
Yeah, exactly. And
I mean, you mentioned, I think, last week that your kid was anxious to play it again once it is completed. And I feel like that is like the exact reason Super Metroid is any good, because it just basically encourages you to play more Super Metroid.
Oh, it does. Okay, can I tell you the level to which Super Metroid has taken over my home life? My children now want to play.
Of my life.
My children now want to play a pretend game called Baby Ridley's, in which Ridley is played. The part of Ridley is played by yours truly, and my children are the baby Ridleys that Ridley has to take care of by feeding and reading stories to, and
It's like this
That is
all
like
over again.
absolutely fucking adorable. And it's like I'm overjoyed to hear this, but also, lol, lamau.
no, I love it. It's a great game. It's
fantastic.
absolutely adorable, but it's also like
It's
I
also
cannot-
exhausting.
Yeah.
I cannot escape from Ridley at any point during my
No,
day.
You are
Just like Samus Aran, you
at
cannot
every,
escape
at
from
every
Ridley.
moment in your day, there you're like, well, now I got to think about Ridley.
Yep. Okay, here we go. We got
Now,
some
you do
Ridley.
understand that you need to make perfect cosplay style Ridley costumes for your children for Halloween.
I refuse.
That sounds
Actually, no.
Like so much work.
Oh my
Space
god! I would
dragons stalking around the neighborhood.
I would have had to commission these costumes months ago.
Okay. How much me? The whole day doing nothing? No te duele la espalda.
Okay, someone's mic bleeding through.
Someone's getting told on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's all good.
No problem. I just didn't want to interrupt your privacy.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
It still fucks me up how like John Cena's this incredibly stupid song is like just a cultural touchstone at this point.
Well, it's because think about it. Think about how many Zoomers grew up just loving the shit out of John Cena. Because John Cena's awesome. He's
Yeah,
great.
no, he rules.
He wears the
I
wears the
will not
goofy
tolerate
jorts.
anybody speaking ill of John Cena.
That's it.
I remember specifically about like Ashley was specifically like into WWE during the Ruthless Aggression era. She never said that outright, but that's just me figuring it out. And she said like when she learned wrestling wasn't real, it was like learning Santa wasn't real. And it's like learning that John Cena doesn't actually have a PhD in thugonomics.
Doctor of
That's pretty
Thugonomics.
good. The Doctor of Thugonomics, man. He's incredible, and I love him. I do like that you can't see me is such a cultural touchstone. You know, to the point you got people
That-
making jokes about how like
Just-
That's not the name of the song. The name of the song is the time is now.
That's not what he was referring to.
not what I'm referring to is when he waves his fingers in front of his eyes because you can't see him. And the joke is that anytime there is a picture where
Yeah,
like
no, I've seen that. I've seen that.
yeah, you've seen those. It's like, oh shit, John Cena is doing X. It's like, damn, this is great. This is great. My all-time. This reminds me of my all-time favorite John Cena telling a joke is when he was very early in his career feuding with Lesnar, and he said, "Lesnar, I'm like fifth grade math. You just can't figure me out." And I thought that's great.
Yeah,
That's just love.
That's a good.
That's a good burn. It's like, damn, I wish I had beef with more stupid people so I could drop something like that. But unfortunately, most of my beef is at people of at least average intelligence. This is my curse.
People who
Most of your
understand
beef is
great
with
now.
people who don't have broadswords tattooed on their chest.
Yeah, or,
Exactly.
or who have ever had to like clarify for 5 minutes that they said chicken sit, but they meant chicken salad.
What a man. What a mighty fine man. What a mighty, mighty good man. Also, watching the speedrun has made me painfully aware of just how long the "You Got a Treasure" theme is in Super Metroid.
And that is the number one thing whenever I come back to Super Metroid because, like,
It's real
I'm not-
bad if you're doing like an 100% run because it's like, oh, good missiles, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, that and the fact that, like, some of the missiles, like, you do have to do ridiculous things for them, and then it's just kind of like, you kind of get in the zone and getting to them, and then you have to stop and wait for the music.
Yeah, you're just being reminded that in this speedrun, this guy actually had to jump over a missiles container
Because it's a waste of time.
it's a waste of 11 seconds. He's still ahead of the world record. He's doing great.
That was
It's
fantastic.
incredible.
Go beat your world record
It's
attempt.
definitely speed running Super Metroid, right?
Oh, yes,
Absolutely
that's actually
speedrunning
what I'm
Super
doing
Metroid right now.
But we're all watching.
The world is watching.
No, I think. Did she just? Isn't this the one where like you pick the background for her?
Yep.
Yeah, you have to go to one of the other two and then select RB. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What the
Now
fuck?
it's Rise or Rize?
Let's rise.
Rise. Yeah.
Rise, son of Rome.
She's like Afro-British. I don't.
Rise, real blade.
Still thinking about the period when Rise, son of Rome was a conductor.
What?
It's okay.
What?
You don't have to.
What? Okay.
What are you being attacked by?
Samus just got hit by a bad guy, flew halfway across the screen, did a shine spark jump before entering the recovery animation. Like, what is this shit? This isn't Super Metroid. Beat your skills. Your skills are immaculate. They're indescribable.
Oh, you know,
I love
I practice for 16 hours every day for a reason.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man.
Wikipedia trying to stretch out Rise, Son of Rome's like gameplay description into something that sounds like an actual game. Gameplay revolves around Marius using his sword to strike enemies and shield to deflect attacks.
That's
Good for Marius.
that's like saying gameplay revolves around doing video game shit.
Yeah.
Keys are collected to unlock doors.
Pac-Man goes around the maze to collect dots.
But watch out,
Or
there are also
absolutely
ghosts in
cursed.
the maze.
The absolutely cursed heroism wiki where it's like, Lemmy Koopa is a duder antagonist of the Super Mario
Dude.
Brothers game series.
I understand some of those words.
A duder
Mostly duder
antagonist is a
antagonist.
minor bad guy, like a mini boss.
Noted.
It is only ever
How
been
many extra
used
syllables, though?
in the heroism wiki.
And there's the matching villains wiki.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's like trying to use $5 words to make it sound like they aren't just describing a fucking like game for 3-year-olds.
Yeah, yeah. Or, Rise, Son of Rome. God, what was that? The Condemned, or what was it? That game where like
Condemned Criminal Origins?
Yeah, Condemned Criminal Origins, where for some reason you're a dude with
It's
a.
mostly hitting homeless people with a pipe.
That's it. For some reason, like the hero of this game is running around hitting the homeless with blunt weapons.
I feel like
That's pretty much Final Fight, though.
No,
Well,
those people
no,
aren't
no.
homeless. They're gangsters.
Yeah, no, Bad Gear's organized.
Yep, exactly. Mad Gear is organized crime.
Mad Gear has a fucking healthcare plan.
You
Yeah,
cannot
exactly.
tell me that 2P goes home to, like, a house.
2P is roommates with at least 3 of his recolors.
Exactly.
What? 2P?
2P, one of the like Mohawk mans.
Oh. I did not know. Like I knew. I always thought that was like player 2. Beat. You're going for the thing under the glass.
Yes.
Cool.
But yeah, I choose to believe that like 2P recolors, 2P himself, and Galcia from Streets of Rage all like are roommates.
I believe that. I also
Oh.
just like Poison and Andor have like a condo together.
Oh yeah, well Poison's the money manager and Andor is the draw.
Yeah.
But they get along well, so they can do with a roommate situation.
I thought
Exactly.
Poison and Roxy were in a queue.
Doesn't mean they live together.
Doesn't mean that. That doesn't have to mean that. Like,
Right. Okay.
Yeah, no, Poison absolutely, like, make sure that, you know, there's food in the fridge, and, you know, everyone's had their checkups.
Yeah, and Andor cannot be trusted to maintain the stuff.
Like many pro wrestlers left to his own devices, things would go poorly. So
Yeah, exactly.
Just rotten milk every day.
You know who lives in his car though? Eddie E.
Mm.
Dirty cop.
yeah.
I mean, you gotta figure he's on the take. I figure he's one of the few that almost guaranteed has.
Yeah,
like,
but he's
nice
like
house on Long Island.
Have you ever seen Bad Lieutenant?
I have not.
Okay,
I want to see Bad Lieutenant Protocol New Orleans though.
You should see that one as well, but you should also see Bad Lieutenant. But no, because Eddie E is I think Eddie E is based on Bad Lieutenant, but and Madball, mostly Madball probably.
Bad
but
Lieutenant wasn't until '92, I think.
okay, yeah, so it's not. It's entirely Madball, but maybe this means that Bad Lieutenant is based on Eddie E. You know. Thoughts. Put this in your mind. Anyway, but no, he's a dirty cop, but he's also like a degenerate gambler and drug addict, so he doesn't get to enjoy his money. He's in hock to like he's in hock to like the Italian mob.
Yeah, no, I could see Eddie in Hawk to
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah, anybody. Like he's for some really dumb reason, like he doesn't realize that he can reuse something that everyone else reuses, like shoes.
I'll tell you when I've had enough Fabergé eggs.
Thinking about fucking like very like out there Final Fight canon, remembering Cody's shitty cousin,
Wait, what?
Kyle Travers from Final Fight Streetwise.
Oh God.
I do
No.
not consider. I don't consider I consider Streetwise non-canon and
Deep
the
lore.
whatever
Deep
like.
lore. No, that's the
Street-
thing though.
like-
You've got to include the shittiest game in the series as canon.
But it conflicts with Street Fighter though.
Street Fighter canon holds that that Kyle definitely exists, even if
What?
Streetwise didn't.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was
Did
mentioned in the
that-
Street Fighter 5 database.
Oh no.
Oh.
I love it.
Oh yeah, but that doesn't mean the events happen the same way. It doesn't necessarily. Well, I guess.
No, I was
could've.
saying Kyle exists. I was saying the game probably
Yeah.
does.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. They
Kyle is
did
what's
give him.
important.
They gave him a Shadowloo CRI. God dang.
They gave everyone a Shadowloo CRI. Max and Scott have Shadowloo CRIs.
They're not doing that. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're doing that anymore because yeah, I don't see any for like Manon, Marissa, etc.
I mean, I very much appreciate that Capcom basically took the idea of we can say whatever we want, and if we want to retcon it later with a DLC character, here's a crap. We'll just do it then.
It also gave them the excuse to say that, like, fucking Balrog is definitely not Mike from Street Fighter 1, because that would open us up to problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Mike from Street Fighter 1 is just let's leave it alone.
Just a different guy who sort of looks like Mike
Dude
Tyson.
named Mike. What do you want from him?
I never noticed that before, but there's like a person there's like a dead person in busted armor on the way to the Kraid fight. That's sick.
Yes.
I see dead
The
people.
Nintendo Power comic, if memory serves, made that an entire character
Oh wow.
Of course.
who then does not have a good time.
Well, yeah. 'Cause- and also, this other bounty hunter got taken out by Kraid, so they just didn't have a shot, man.
Kraid is 2 stories high.
Yeah,
but this guy didn't know that, and 2, remember Kraid used to be a little guy about the size of Samus, and then 2 games later he's like, oh my god, what have you been eating?
yeah, he got big. He got big.
God, I did not ever see this. Mike makes an appearance in Balrog's Street Fighter 1 circuit arcade ending in Street Fighter 5.
Yes.
The ending depicts Balrog defeating Sagat. However, reporters rush by him to instead congratulate Mike, mistakenly believing he was the victorious one, with
Wait, which
Balrog
one is-
proclaiming... Wait a minute,
Which
that's
ending is
not me.
this?
This is the ending. If you go through the Street Fighter 1 bracket in Street Fighter 5, the arcade mode has brackets for each of the games to that point. If you go through the Street Fighter 1 bracket as Balrog, you get an ending where he defeats Sagat, and then a bunch of reporters rush right past him to congratulate Mike from Street Fighter 1, and Balrog is just like, that's not me, what's going on? And then wakes up because it was a nightmare where people didn't pay attention to him for winning.
That's
People
beautiful.
respected
I love
some
it.
other guy more.
I have to say that I really dislike that when Street Fighter V launched, it barely had any kind of arcade mode or anything, but they very much...
They gave it
recovered
12
the-
arcade modes in response
Every
to
arcade mode! And it basically Street Fighter 1 characters get endings, they really recovered the modes.
Ed is thankful and respects Balrog, but if there's one thing he'll never understand, it's Balrog's never-ending love of money.
I fight money!
What are you reading off of?
The Street Fighter fandom wiki.
Oh, okay.
Street Fighter Heroes wiki.
That Ed mirror match was baller, no pun intended, by the way.
I don't know what the pun would be, but
Wait.
Because
balls?
do you want to know?
Whatever.
No. What happened is it was like a mirror match, and at the end, both of them launched a level 3 super art, and what happened, and that it's a slow moving psycho ball or
yeah,
whatever.
no, that's his level 2 super. Isn't it?
Oh yeah, I bet level. They both launched level 2 at the same time, and they touched.
Oh, the ball's touched.
No. Oh, here we go. Here he comes.
Sorry, I had to look up
Dragon, surrounded by the little Dragons.
Sorry, I had to look up the screenshot of Ed Balls tweeting Ed Balls.
Balls.
Did anyone reply to that recently at all, or?
No, I was just thinking about it now.
It's one of the greatest tweets of all time.
Yeah.
You know?
It's incredible. Just an incredible level of failure to understand using a computer in any fashion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Robot on Coffee is full of very trivia.
Important optometry facts.
No.
It's so wild to me that Dragon, upon death, is ferried away by the little Dragons. It's kind of grim.
Upon death, Dragon's soul is obliterated.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm kind of amazed that of all the things that have been revisited from Super Metroid, they haven't pumped some additional lore into Dragon.
Meta
whatever is
Dragon.
happening there.
I mean, they haven't really done that with Fantoon or Crocomire either, have they? Or
Fantoon reappeared in Other M and
well,
There
that
you
doesn't
go.
count.
was a big deal. And legitimately, Crocomire doesn't really come from a place where you think there needs to be lore, because Crocomire is its own scene unto itself from his
Yeah.
being a big melty bastard and then dying and having his flesh melted off and then being like, well, maybe I could still pull this off, and then not.
Anyways,
Pull it out
I'm
in the
going.
last
Markiplier's got that dog in him. He can't help it.
Imagine
Anyways,
if you had gotten to the end game and like a Crocomire skeleton was just sitting on your
Oh,
fucking spaceship.
yeah, you did it.
Yeah, like a fucking Big Trouble in Little China ass ending.
China is here. Okay.
I love Jack Burton.
One of the best to ever do it.
Yep.
I wish truck drivers were real.
Sadly, they are just make-believe.
I can't believe it's 2024. It's like we're going to do a full
For-
release.
okay, but
SBC
I re-
chaos.
For real
Ooh,
though,
yeah.
I wish truck driver unions were real.
Someday one day.
Someday.
Yeah.
But,
Go
yeah,
Teamsters.
the very concept of SBC chaos coming back.
It's here. It's back
It's
among
here.
us.
So are they just
People
like?
is back.
So are they
Mars
just?
be red armor.
So are they just porting it and like that's it or?
They ported it and gave it rollback.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Probably really easy. Maybe it's just running
Probably
inside
not.
Fightcade, or maybe it's just a ROM running inside
It's
Fightcade.
definitely running in some sort of wrapper. I'm sure Code Mystics, who did the port, has that because they've done like a million of these. But
Yeah.
Okay, this is actually pretty baller. You're beat walking into the door to Turian, and all 4 bosses are like statues are breaking. That's pretty cool to watch it go one after another.
Yeah.
yeah,
Remember when Wario Land 4 did that?
No.
No.
no, I got bored of that game fairly quickly. So
I gotta look
Yeah.
up the reference to make sure I'm not tripping. Wario Land 4, Super Metroid.
Yeah, this
I,
guy.
okay.
This guy is like 8 seconds. 8 seconds ahead of the world record.
Wow.
He is well on pace. He's also quite fit, but you know, you never can tell with these speedrunners.
I feel like someone with the discipline to be a speedrunner is someone with the discipline to keep himself in shape.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that Wario Land 4 had a boss called like Chozo Condor or something, but if you can check. What channel are you watching this speedrun on anyways? I'm just watching Beat.
No, I'm watching it on YouTube.
Okay. Is
There
it
are
like
so
live?
so many Metroids in Turian. Unprepared for the sheer. Too many Metroids. Oh
They should be
shit!
in captivity.
I love that they put Zero in SBC Chaos, but it's very specifically Mega Man Zero.
Yeah, very specific.
I'm trying to think about why that one, and I guess to advertise the new games.
Well, and
this
also,
was when the
I
Zero
will
games
state-
were current.
I will state that Zero also has one of the best, most video game adaptable arsenals. Because that would be Zero with a shield and a sword and the weird grabbing
Jane, for
thing.
some reason.
Like,
I
you
wonder if
got
anyone modded him in the UMVC, like as a skin in UMVC 3.
Seems like a lot of work.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Let me check. Mega Man 00. You know how hard it is to search this shit on like Game Banana? Hold on, let me try MMZ.
What the fuck? You can skip the super Metroid attack.
Wait, really?
That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up.
I had no idea that existed until just now.
that's what causes them to bond. How does the ending even work now?
Here we got.
Like how Dan Hibiki got upgraded to like a mid-boss in that game.
Oh yeah, that's right.
SNK's like, no, we have your characters and we have made a choice based on the character you made to mock us.
And that's the one
Everything
where
about
Dan.
the concept of violent Ken raises questions.
I mean, he's supposed to be like brainwash Ken from the movie, but
They
they eventually Capcom allowed him back in.
Yes.
It's like,
yeah.
instead of the film,
all the
instead of the motion picture, we bought a zoo. It's We Brainwashed Ken. Matt Damon and his wife trying to make peace with the fact that they have brainwashed Ken Masters.
Just for sex reasons or just normal ones?
Yeah, I think accidental ones, really.
Okay.
They didn't mean to turn
So
Ken
this is
Masters
a
into violent
comedy
Ken.
rather than like a tragedy.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the idea of Ken being so easily brainwashed that you might do it by accident.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
They're
he falls in front of your like novelty like spirograph and things just sort of go from there.
Yeah,
There you go.
It just sort of happens.
What
Next
do
thing
we?
you know, he's living in your garage, just monologuing about the power of the Dark Hado. And it's just,
Well,
how do we get this guy to leave?
I lost the plot. What happened?
Don't worry, there was no plot to get.
Yeah.
There's no plot to
Okay,
get here.
Just a joke about accidentally brainwashing Ken. That's it.
Yeah, but who did?
Meanwhile, I missed a step and was thinking that you meant like Ken, like
That's why he has that name.
Ryan Gosling,
Yeah, yeah,
Oh God.
yeah.
and
Wow.
that so yeah, completely different direction.
Okay, this speedrunner has beaten like every other boss in the game in like 3 seconds, but this fight against Mother Brain, like even if you are legitimately one of the best Super Metroid players in the world, is long and challenging. So I don't like my chances against Mother Brain. Even when she has like shards of glass sticking out of her. This game is pretty dark. Also, they like shaded and colored Mother Brain like an R-type monster. It's really, really something.
I will say that as somebody who never could quite figure out what was going on with the NES sprite, the first time I saw SNES Mother Brain and having her turn into a T-Rex was like horrifying.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't prepared. Like I could never figure out the eyeball on the original NES sprite. I just thought it was a brain.
Oh, that Metroid is fucking Mother Brain up.
The baby. I know I say other M is. I know I try to disregard other M as much as I can, but like the baby.
The baby.
Ed balls.
Other M is like the Chris Benoit of Metroid games.
They
Or we
don't.
just call
They
this-
don't admit to it, but like real heads know.
Potentially, but also like they just
Real
don't
heads know
don't,
that
ref-
Metroid
don't
Other M
reference it.
committed familicide.
Don't reference it unless you have to.
No. The baby.
Real heads know that after Metroid Other M came out, Samus was found hanged on her workout set.
You realize I'm going to have to contextualize. Like I'm going to have to explain what happens to the Super Metroid to a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old when
Oh,
if I ever
God.
beat Mother Brain.
She
It's
got
gonna be
hit
like
by
explaining what
lasers
happened to
until she
Bambi's
decided
mom.
to go to a farm upstate.
This is like I don't know how they're going to handle it.
It's going to be a difficult day.
It's gonna be like
You
it's gonna be
do
like
that thing where-
taking your kid to one of the cathedrals in Chicago, and they've got St. Nicholas's bones there. It's like, ooh,
I mean, have your kids played any of the Mario games? Just say it's the same thing that happens when Mario pops on a turtle or something.
I think.
oh yeah.
I think
AV,
No,
did
it's
you
all
see what
right.
I-
Like, I have-
to not conceptualize that as death.
Did
my
you see-
my kids, but it's like my kids aren't sheltered from death. It's just that they are going to be somewhat
They're emotionally invested in this Metroid.
in this Metroid. It's like I you gotta watch this Metroid. They care about. They
Did-
get blowed up.
AV,
I
did you,
misunderstood that.
Yeah, it's
AV, did
okay.
you
It's okay.
AV, did you see what I posted in general about the Metroid bosses?
No,
No, I did not actually. I'm watching. My screen is YouTube.
I am
Oh,
playing
okay.
this in full screen, and I'm not looking at Discord.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
yeah, you're good. You're good, Beat. You're good.
Oh, is this in general or?
Yeah, it's in the general channel.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Okay, I like that.
Okay, thank you.
Oh man. Yeah. Samus. Oh wait, Samus just escaped from the planet Zebes 9.2 seconds ahead
Wait,
of the world
what-
record.
With those dodos, or with or without dodos?
I don't know. I didn't notice.
We're just gonna pretend I heard that right the first time.
Okay,
I
with or
understand
without.
how you misheard it.
Thank you.
Oh wait, no, it's
Planet.
one dodo and a few little Greedlows.
Edicoons.
Thank
And a
you.
partridge in a pear tree.
Whoa, the entire planet of Zebus explodes, huh? That's wild. That's fucked up.
I will point out once again that it is confirmed in Zero Mission that is the planet where Samus grew up. So the whole game is like a character goes back to their original childhood neighborhood, hangs out for 2 hours, and then just blows the whole thing down.
Well,
That
it's
might be
more like,
that might be a long estimate based on what AB just said.
I mean,
Yeah.
also what I was gonna say is like you have to consider the whole planet has been like occupied by like the Space Pirate Syndicate for years. It's basically unrecognizable, I think.
Yeah, it's like life has been extinguished from the like non-monster life has been extinguished from the surface of the planet. Like Zebus has seen better days.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is. I just remember when I learned that Samus was raised by the Chozo. I'm like, there's all sorts of lore going on with Metroid, and I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't approve of it. I just want to
You don't
know.
like the idea of her being raised by bird people?
I don't want to know. There are things about this Metroid universe that I don't care to know. I just want to know that Ridley is a big space dragon who was apparently also an involved father.
Check it out.
But wow, this speedrunner is in literal tears. I mean,
Yeah,
setting
yeah.
the world record in Super Metroid. That's
I would be beside
Yeah, I
myself
mean
as well.
that's a category I'd have said was cooked like 8 years ago. So
I was
Yeah.
about to say, like, how much improvement could there be in it?
man.
Like, maybe every once in a while somebody finds a way to skip something, but other than that.
I didn't even know you could skip the big Metroid. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's the thing is I have to imagine there are just all these guys out there practicing constantly to like shave a single frame. You know, some wild shit.
And this wasn't tool assisted, right?
No, this was raw.
Yeah, which just means you have to be absolutely perfect for how long? What is the record now?
Well, this record is. I mean, it's probably changed by now. This looks like an old run, but Super Metroid World Record. Nope, this record's still standing. 40 minutes, 36.7 seconds.
Damn.
finish that. I could do that like 3 times in the average even worse stream.
And I will just point out that like that's 40 minutes where you have to be perfect. I could not think of anything in my life where I'm perfect for 40 minutes.
Same, honestly.
It is. Good lord.
The stress alone of trying to keep like that pace for that long has got to be maddening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it just no. And knowing you'll have to abandon you'll have to abandon the run at the last possible moment if you take like the wrong hit or something. It really is
Yeah. And techniques like the Shine Spark or whatever are definitely finicky. Like just the idea that your controller jerks to the left when you go right, you're done.
I mean,
Like,
I was
just
never.
So the solution is just to use a fight stick.
That makes it sound like easy.
I don't know. Like I was never able to reliably do the wall jump, even on the Super Nintendo. Like with a fucking CRT screen. It was just beyond me. Man, this map is this game is pretty sick, man. This game is good.
Time
Good for all
up.
the little Ridleys.
I'm
Okay,
doing
yeah.
it for the little Ridleys, you know?
Oh yes, Metroid. I for some reason I'm still watching B play Cyberfunk. I thought you meant this map is sick. Which
I mean,
Pyramid
I
Island
appreciate
is?
that, but like you don't have to.
I've
Pyramid
been
Island.
watching the whole time, and there have been 0 Ridleys, and I'm starting to get disappointed.
Yeah, but there's a lot of cool graffiti here, so that's cool. I wish. Is Samus and Bomber Cyberfunk? Let me see if that's a mod.
I'm sure it is. It's modded.
Yeah.
It's apparently
Strikes me
very
as a
easy to
character
mod,
from
so
Bob
there've been a
Hope.
lot of mods.
Okay, yeah, there is a mod for
You found
Samus.
DJ Cyber.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is
Is it a spoiler if I say that this game has like the Lego Star Wars thing of every character with a model is playable?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay. So yeah, when you unlock DJ Cyber, the voice actor for him, Yapiko, who also voices Trice, is from Toronto, and he actually got like to mix some of the like Toronto slang into DJ Cyber's character when he's doing like crazy tricks. Like he'll actually say like "Olay," which is like
Damn, I didn't know I
Which
could
is
die
the-
that quickly in this one.
yeah.
that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that was kind of amazing.
You got
I've
yeah.
died like in this game like maybe once.
I was about to say, I
I-
don't think I've seen you die.
I've only died once in like the very final boss, by like accident.
This was the day a telemarketer called me a pussy and hung up.
I've had that a few times. It's always the funniest shit.
Yo, got him.
Yeah, I think I've mentioned this before, but now thanks to having I don't know if it's specifically the Pixel phone or if it's just anything with the Droid interface, but it now has what do they call it? Sound emojis, but all it is
Sounds
just sound
awful.
effects. But I
No,
can
it's
just
just a
literally hit a
soundboard.
heart button, and it's just amazing. The best way to respond to telemarketers.
I've now decided that the thing that I'm really hoping for in terms of what shows up on the bullet points for this stream is just Ed Balls.
Ed balls.
Red balls.
Ed Balls.
No,
I
I'm sitting-
appreciate the idea that you like have hopes for specific
Listen, I just want to see an contextless bullet point that just says Ed Balls.
Ed
That's what I
balls.
feel like is a very reasonable request. Frankly, I'd be upset if you didn't do that for him, Gargobob.
I mean, as I am somebody who claims that I have measured my life in plastic cartridges of video games, like noting exactly what was said on any given stream during the week, like I picture being like 80 and rereading these, being like, oh
Yeah.
yes, I remember.
I will be looking back on these streams with fondness as
Ed
I look
Balls.
confusedly at the words Ed Balls while my senile brain just chuckles.
It's like, oh yes, the morality of Jughead having sex.
God. that was a recurrent discussion.
No, it's an interesting thought. It's a very interesting thought.
Thought
important
experiment.
topic.
Oh my god, are we going to be reaching the point where we just get on stream and read summaries of the old streams? We're just repeating the same
Almost
fucking
definitely.
No, this is what the internet
We
is
do that
becoming.
every 3 weeks,
Like-
dude.
Y'all are kind of breaking my brain because I literally just read half of those sentences, and then you're saying them, and I'm like, wait a second.
We are basically
Okay.
on reruns 70% of the time because all of us have such very specific fixations.
It don't matter. None of this matters.
Exactly.
It's
See?
Aquatine, it's
You
drill.
just
when
made
it's
my
me,
point. You just made his point for him.
The repetition is real.
It's Aquatine, it's drill. When it's me, it's BoJack Horseman. There's just I'll pull out like a really fucked up weird old game, but half the time it'll be one of the weird old, fucked up old games I talk about all the time.
Yeah, no, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, no, this was that fucking test kit they sold you for $1. And like guys in Japan were obsessed with making games on it that were about like the Kandiru fish swimming up someone's urethra.
I just popped back
Horrifying.
in. What?
I'm so sorry.
That's timing.
Oh god. I love how the Goggle Bob will note that like I join in the middle of a zero context BoJack Horseman joke, but I understand immediately what is happening.
Yeah, I had
That
to
was the
figure out
Superman
like which
Returns
one
one.
was it. Yeah, it was Superman Man of Steel.
Or Man of Steel,
And-
rather.
And it turns out that it was. I had to listen enough to figure out what it was, and it was like I should stop expecting things out of you, so I won't be disappointed when you're a bad person.
And the Man of Steel stream is also the one that I had to the next day or whatever it was get the spelling for that stupid WWF event or whatever it was.
Oh, sold out.
Yeah, sold out.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
I
an at-home
really,
thing
really
like that.
wish that it was easier to get footage of them riding in on the garbage trucks.
as we hit 14 Metroids remaining, it's clearly stated that the post reports should include when we start talking about drill tweets.
They really should, just because of how common it is.
Ample vigor leaves after significant talk about BoJack Horseman. It's like my day here is done. We're not going to talk any more about BoJack Horseman. So
I guess I'll see myself out.
Peace out.
My ultimate goal is to have fans who care about when particular members of Even Worse are talking, so
I
know
want
what people are there
never
and
to
not
have
there.
anyone care what I'm saying.
It's
Because
like,
then
oh
I
man,
would
this
have
is
to
a
care what I'm
fanboy
saying.
master heavy night.
you don't want the psychic weight of having someone describe themselves as fanboy pilled.
Oh god, that's like the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
See, I
And
don't
like
think,
the saddest ambition to have.
I don't think anybody would be beat pilled. I do, however, think we could see.
I
beat
feel like
cells
several
in the
people
future.
already are.
Yeah, I think
but
several people are
I
beat
think it would be the
pilled.
most obvious one.
I'm pretty sure you could get at least one person to like just throw down on another human being if you requested it on Twitter. I'm not saying you get many, but I'm saying you get at least one.
Also,
I hope
Yeah.
not.
This is why it's
mean-
so important that you're racist against Wizard, because it's going to start a problem at some point.
have I been beat pilled? I don't know. I think it's more like we just have political philosophies that overlap. Also, when will you? Do you know when you'll be available this week?
I won't. This week?
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, I meant for like a 2-hour call or whatever.
Oh, I don't know. Not Friday.
Not this weekend.
Not this weekend for sure.
All right.
You just call from the plane.
All right. I'll
I
figure
can-
it out later.
Probably. But like this week, I am booked up. Like.
All right. No problem. No problem. Yeah, that's not a problem. I just didn't want to bring it up last week. I was gonna say is
Have you played Dragon? Sorry, go ahead.
Super Metroid reference.
Dragon Guard. One day I'm gonna get more people beat pilled. Was Cayenne part of Talking Time or?
Briefly, yeah.
For a brief
Oh.
period.
Yeah, he posted for a while.
Nah, okay.
I
I remember-
Touch, off Talking Time.
Yeah, I remember like my first interaction with Kan was like talking to jumping in on a debate they were in to call them a dick.
I bet Kane's used to it by now.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh no, Kan would take that with extremely good humor.
Yeah. Equanimity is the the phrase, is the word that comes to mind here. I keep watching this animated GIF of Samus, fighting Ridley, and I keep expecting it to somehow advance, like it's not a fucking animated GIF. I am dumb as shit.
The
Also,
best animated GIF I ever produced was actually a Metroid Fusion animated GIF that, like, it's somehow right at the exact, like, looping point that your brain will break every time you see it. One moment, I'll put it in the chat.
oh shit, what was I going to? What was I going to? Oh yeah, my wife trolls our children by pronouncing Samus Aran as if it was Ireland. You know, a name in Ireland.
Oh.
So she's Seamus Aran.
That's. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's their canon name now.
Oh,
Reminds me of
Seamus.
the first time I saw the name Sean spelled, and it's like scene? What's scene?
That's.
You know, like it's like Scene Bean, the guy who
Scene
always
Bean.
dies.
No, I was thinking of Scene Baby.
Same.
Scene baby.
Honestly, I pronounced it Scene Baby for years, even after I knew better,
Yeah.
just because I couldn't break the habit.
I think you would think that was funny, so.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I remember once, like, actually listening to him on a podcast to explain where that came from, and it was, like, the most obvious thing in the world, but still very funny.
What's that?
Oh, Sean Baby? Like, the nickname just came from, like... It was just, like, a girlfriend he had at one point, who just, like, for whatever reason, like, it was never just Sean, it was Sean Baby!
That's funny.
That is
That's funny. Oh, Sean Baby. He had a life before he got online, and that is what
Which
that
is
is what
wild,
made
because
him
he was
unstoppable.
online when he was, like, in his very early 20s.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yep. But Sean Baby lived hard.
The crazy thing is, I get the impression he
being
still
funny
has
on the
one,
internet.
which is amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's got a wife and kid. He seems like he's doing well for
Yeah,
himself.
he's
Yeah.
he is a completely online creature, but somehow he's not the most online person you've ever met.
Yeah.
God,
No,
I was
he's
listening to...
it's like how Sharky had a staggeringly full offline life before he too became far too online. Like, I just
had
remember
a friend in
Sharky talking
elementary
about
school
things that were
named
unimaginable to me, like having a girlfriend and other friends.
Offline friends.
Is Sharky someone I should know,
No,
or is this?
no, don't worry
No,
about it.
you are way too young to know who Sharky is.
Because I knew who Sean Baby was, like, just from looking up lists of, like, worst video games of all time.
Oh yeah, Sean Baby's internet presence has been much more continual. I was actually just listening a few weeks ago to the podcast that he had done about the hate crime waiting to happen reality show from the early 2000s about, like,
Hunt the Gay.
Oh fuck!
yeah,
You're
I
talking
forget
about
what it's
the
actually called.
that one, yeah. God.
And it was incredible listening to him like he's just describing.
There was only one?
In case you weren't alive in the early to mid aughts, like it was not okay to make fun of someone for being gay, but you could make jokes about someone being gay, and the consequence for crossing over from one to the other was absolutely nothing.
Playing it straight.
Playing
Yeah,
it
playing it
straight.
straight. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's an incredibly good pair of podcast episodes.
Oh yeah, just
absolutely go seek
amazing.
those out.
Well, I do enjoy the format of they talked about it before watching it all the way through, and then talked about it all the way through, because the first one they're just continually guessing who turns out to be a serial killer.
Because it has to be at least one. It has to.
Yeah. The
Well, because
shockingly
they point
gay
out-
anti-reality TV show.
What was the prize? Was it $1 million or 500,000?
$1 million. Well, 500,000.
It was $1 million if you were gay and she picked you. It was 500,000 each if she picked you and you were straight.
Yeah, for anybody who didn't listen to the podcast, it was basically The Bachelor, but there were basically gay men commingling in with the straight men, and if the woman, the only woman on the show, picked one of the gay men to be her final date, then the gay man got $1 million.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
And
I
she
like
got
that,
nothing.
though. I like that though. If you
Yeah.
crossed the line from one to the other, the consequences were
I
absolutely
loved
nothing.
how
Yeah.
like the way she finally figured out which one was a sure bet was one guy literally broke his arm wrestling, and she was like, oh okay, yeah, that guy's straight.
That guy's straight. You can't fake that kind of disregard for your
Yeah.
own health.
And also, well, wait, the guy who broke his arm wrestling was confirmed as straight, and she suspected and was correct that the guy who broke the arm was gay because he showed actual, like, empathy for the
Concern
fact of, oh my
over
god,
having
I
done
broke
so.
someone's arm.
Yeah. Yeah, like he was distraught after this guy destroyed himself trying to beat him. He was upset.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I'm so
obviously a straight man
sorry.
Yeah,
would
he
not
was-
be upset.
Like a
So he
straight
got
man in
voted off
2003
as-
would have like.
Apparently, at that point, he had already sobbed all the kindness out of his heart. So he just went up to the guy who he absolutely wrecked and said, "What's it feel like getting beaten by an F slur?"
You know
Just-
what? Nothing but respect for that man.
Yeah, no.
Yep. Yep.
And he
Like,
was apparently-
I've lost
they
out on the
talked about it,
prize.
he
I
went on to
might as
do
well
other
take
things.
my.
I'm not
I've lost out
making
on the
money,
prize,
but
I
I'm
might as well take
absolutely
it.
gonna rub this guy's face in it.
That's.
I am no
oh
longer
my
at
God.
immediate risk of getting killed in a hate crime.
Yeah.
I mean, like, arguably, like if he's that tough, I figure his risk is pretty low to begin with.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you're sleeping in the same house with someone,
Yeah,
they
sure.
have access to you when you are vulnerable.
I'm just
That's
saying,
it.
like
That's
at that
the
point,
ratio
at
of
that
her
point, like he
choices?
could
How many?
just he could very much just go try something, motherfucker.
I just love that. The entire the entire premise of this show is anti-human.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Just-
this was canceled very quickly.
Just
Yeah, like every
absolute
3
darkest heart of
episodes?
humanity shit.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
You know, at least it is at MILF Manor, though.
Huh?
I'm not sure if I could say it's better or worse.
Milf Manor felt more like calculated.
Yeah, this is also like take it to its logical conclusion. If somebody, what did it take place in like Texas? Was it?
Yes, it did.
It was playing it up like it was in a ranch. I think it was probably in Texas.
Yeah.
But,
So like, just
it was
imagine.
absolutely like
Ram Ranch?
no.
Sadly.
The-
Just
I feel
imagine
like
in early 2000, if somebody won $1 million for being gay and posing as straight. Like
Like,
I
it was-
cannot imagine a greater target being painted on a human being.
Oh yeah.
What
The-
happens?
the-
What happens if the winner's bi though? That's
Bi people do
they
not
didn't
exist.
know or care what that meant in 2003.
I was going to say bisexual did not exist as a concept in this show.
Like it absolutely
But-
existed as a concept, but not on this show.
This
Yeah, not on
television
this
show does not know or care. Beyond that, like, this was a show where people filming it were salivating at the notion that some sort of hate crime would occur and it would boost ratings.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, just absolute darkest heart of humanity shit.
Yeah, no, there's no way. And also just, again, the whole concept that one straight woman who the podcast points out is like a phenomenally, like, let's say naive human being. So, like, she's never met someone who's gay. Like, she's told that she has to sort of suss out the gay guys. And it just, the concept of that, like, it's one of those things that, like, oh, maybe it'll create a great social experiment. No, she's doing this for $500,000. So she's going to go with the weirdest, like, homophobic stereotypes you can imagine and create all new ones.
Like there will be just stereotypes that were born ex nihilo as a desperate attempt to figure out who will get you $500,000.
Because that's the thing, is $500,000 is a lot of money.
Even
Okay, I'm
today,
not gonna lie,
like at the
I,
time, $500,000 was like rest of your life money.
Yeah.
You could at the very least buy a nice house and invest the rest.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like,
We
even
were-
still, you could get a nice house to rent out at for that kind of money, and
Yeah, you
be
could get
set.
2 nice houses. In what was it, 2003, 2005, something in that range.
It was like 2003.
2004, apparently.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Because
four,
I'd
yeah.
never heard of this, so I had to look it up. Apparently, it was broadcast by Fox because
Of course it was
Of
Fox.
course it fucking was.
premiered on March 12, 2004, canceled by the network following the broadcast of its 3rd episode.
Yeah, 3 episodes.
And then brought back via reruns.
Yeah, well, they burned it off, so it's just like,
I would
it's
say
just
they
fun,
were in the
we'll show
can.
whatever.
And they probably had like a contract that they had to air them somewhere.
Yeah, that happens a lot with shows where it's like, this did terribly. Why did all these episodes air? Well, somewhere in the contract it said they had to air them sometime, so it's like we burn it off at 3 a.m. in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, the thing was though, they were super dedicated to keeping the secret, not spoiling it. So after spoilers, she picked the straight guy. After that happened, she had to basically like live in an apartment somewhere and not talk to the guy at all, lest they be seen, like,
hermetically
sleeping together.
sealed.
Be hermetically sealed in the reality TV show time capsule. and by the
At least
time
they
they,
have to pay rent.
by the time they were allowed to be public, they had already basically broken up.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if I met someone on a reality show, I'd be like, yeah. I mean, we could have a couple good dates, see where this goes, but this is not an actual relationship.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And also, both won $500,000.
Yeah, like they got what they needed out of each other.
Yeah, no, they have. Turns out you cannot be contractually obligated to marry somebody. If you want to like see something hilarious and awful, look up how many The Bachelor like matches actually stayed together. It's like
Well, and also, this
like
is a
3.
situation, once again, where if you think about the show for 5 seconds, you see what happens. Like, on the first episode, she's told that she will not succeed, she will not gain $500,000 if she does not successfully figure out who the straight guys are. So it's not like, from that point on, you're thinking, oh, this is a man I'd really like to be with. It's a matter of, I just need to choose...
Can I guarantee that this dude's straight?
I was going to say, I just need to choose the absolutely most heterosexual man I can find. Because that's what gets you $500,000.
He doesn't even per se have to be heterosexual. He just has to be at least deep enough in the closet that he would not tell the fucking.
Oh no, I was totally
so
gay.
out of the 14 dudes, only 5 of them were straight.
Yeah, yeah. They stacked the deck. And hilariously, I think her first 3 picks were all straight.
Yeah, she
there were 2
eliminates
straight
most
guys
of the straight
left
men almost immediately.
by the 3rd episode.
Yeah, but which, as the podcast points out, the producers must have been sweating, because if she successfully eliminated all the straight men practically out of the gate, like, there isn't a show anymore.
Yeah, like the show at that
It's just
point.
like, well, I wonder
the show
who
at
gets
that
the
point
money.
is like just a bunch of dudes who are completely uninterested in her, like sort of half-heartedly pretending. And like, I
Just
assume
trying
that
to
like,
get the
you know,
cash.
if you've spent
I
your
mean-
entire life being gay, you probably have pretty good gaydar. So they all probably knew like way before she did.
I mean,
if I was on a show like that, I would assume, like, I consider myself mostly straight. If I was on a show like that, I would assume I was the only straight guy. You know, like, I would figure that was the joke from the beginning, and there you go.
So I couldn't remember the name of the show in the time that you guys had said it, and then I was looking it up. So the words that I put into Google came up with a Reddit thread, and I posted it in general. But it says a reality show idea with gay men. 11 gay men and 1 straight man are locked in a house. The object for the gay men is to find out who isn't gay. Once a week, someone gets voted out until 2 are left or a straight man is out. If the gays manage to outvote him, they win $1 million. If the straight man is among the 2 last people in the house and in the end, he wins $1 million. Twist. None of the men are actually gay. They all just think they're the one straight man.
Oh my god. We're just finding innovative new ways to like create televisable hate crimes.
I mean, that's the thing, is like, that joke of a concept and the real concept that Fox tried. Like, it's the kind of thing that you might be able to get an after-school special out of if you don't think about it too hard. But once you put it into practice and put literally $1 million on the line, like, inevitably something horrible is going to happen.
It gets real cutthroat.
Like, I will say, a lot of people will do an awful lot for $500,000.
Oh my god.
All right, guys, I'm pretty much done for the evening. So we will finish this game next week. Because, yeah. But yeah, Bomb Rush, it's a good game. Sadly, it is not Metroid, Super Metroid, but, you know, it's pretty good.
I enjoyed watching this with stuff 8 out of 9.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for being on stream. Stream over. Bye.